Welcome everybody. Today I am going to teach the meaning of status quo. Now why do I choose to teach this word only? It's because I am a frequent The Hindu newspaper reader and it is a word that I see frequently being used in the paper. So I thought give it a go and explain the meaning to you guys too if you read any English newspaper and if especially The Hindu. So what does the word status quo mean? The existing state of affairs or the present situation or condition. The situation that you are in which right now at the moment is the status quo. It is specially used regarding social and political issues. Now you see why I say it is frequently used in the newspaper, because it is specially used for social and political issues, and our newspaper usually reflect the social and political situation in our country. So that's why we see status quo being used so many times in the newspaper, because of its political relevance. Now to understand it, we have to see a few examples. If you are rich, then you are probably not interested in disrupting the status quo. Let's say you are a rich person, so would you want to be poor? Definitely not. Even if you are middle class, you would not want to fall to the poor category. So therefore, your status quo is that you are rich. Your present condition or state is that you are rich and you are not interested in changing your status quo. That means you want to stay rich, you don't want to be poor. The next example is the court ordered to maintain status quo despite rising insurgency. First of all, the word insurgency means rising revolt or dissent against the government. It could be sometimes violent. But here the word status quo. The court ordered to maintain the status quo despite rising insurgency. The current status quo means the present situation that we are in right now. It should not escalate or it should not be further deteriorating. Therefore, we have to maintain the present state of situation. Do not let the revolt turn into a violent massacre. That's why the court intervened. The court said whatever the situation right now is, you have to maintain that. Do not let it escalate. So this is the use of word status quo here. And this is the example which I usually see in the newspaper as well. The word the court ordered to maintain the status quo. This is the usually used example. In many cases I have seen this one. So if you just recall this example, you will know the meaning of status quo, which means the present situation. So this was the meaning of status quo. And before saying goodbye, I'm going to give you a quote that be so skilled at what you do that your talent is undeniable.